Good morning, y'all. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I feel like I'm at the church, okay? Say hello to your neighbor, y'all. Good morning. For y'all who are watching this on replay, which I'm sure is going to be a lot of y'all, because I never review this show on Saturdays and I never review this early. I review pretty early because y'all know we brunch squad over here sometimes. But I'm reviewing so early because this weekend I forgot that I'm about to be going out of town to see my grandma. Y'all, I'm going to good old Oklahoma for the annual Black Rodeo. So if y'all want to see some clips from the rodeo, I will be sharing on Instagram and Twitter. I don't know if we're gonna be doing enough to vlog because it's the country. So if y'all want to see what I'm doing this weekend, go ahead, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Necey Dixon. Good morning, Mina. Good morning, Saki. Good morning, Julia. Thank y'all for always being on ready and popping up, even when I don't plan these lives ahead of time. So it was either I got this out to y'all today at 8:30 a.m. so I can get on the road, or I got this to y'all on Monday or very late Sunday. So I figured that this would be the best course of action. So we can go and get ready to review Put a Ring on It. And then as far as Love and Marriage Huntsville, y'all can still expect that to come out on Sunday. But instead of it being like a Sunday brunch, we'll talk about it later on. So y'all, before we get into the video, I want to talk to y'all, okay? I want to have a real conversation with y'all. So last video, this is pertaining to the hot topic, which was Jessica. Jessica talked about her experience basically having to fight and being bullied because of her skin complexion. My reaction to that was, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Yeah, oh my gosh, here we go. All my life I had it. Yeah, that was my reaction. Now, I want to thank y'all who came in the chat, in the live that I was on, and people who were in the comments who came on and basically gave me their experiences. Number one, I want to say I'm not ignorant to the fact that goes on at all. My reaction had nothing to do with Jessica. My reaction was a projection of my own experiences. So, with that being said, a little bit about me, y'all. A lot. Okay, I'm 26 years old, y'all. I grew up in the suburbs. There were plenty of Black people, but there were also plenty of white people. It was never my experience for Black people to do that to each other. So, any of the girls I knew who did do that wanted to submit themselves to that stereotype because they were so proud of being light and bright. Now, was it ignorant for me to project my experiences on Jessica? Absolutely. Am I trying to take away her credibility or discredit what she said? Absolutely not. So I'm sorry for people who are going through that. Shout out to y'all who were supportive in the comments. But with that being said, y'all, I think we can go ahead and get into the video. What y'all think about this thumbnail? Damn. I was really trying to think about one word just to get us through this. I thought about putting tragic on the screen, but I was like, you know what? This isn't necessarily tragic. This is a joyous moment, y'all. This is what I have been wanting for Alexia. I didn't want her to be heartbroken, but I absolutely wanted to see some change come about. So yeah, y'all know I have been rocking the clown mask for Alexia all season. And in this moment, I have to take it off. I got to remove it for her. It's hard to say that I'm so proud. I am proud of her for realizing what she has to do. But my thing is, I just hope that she sticks by it. I hope that she sticks by it. To me, it kind of seemed like a breakup because we have to break up type of situation. And I feel like if the cameras weren't around, that they would be back together sooner than later. So let's go ahead and jump into the review, y'all. I don't even know if I did my little welcome. Hey, y'all, it's Necey Dixon. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, welcome. If you are returning, y'all, welcome back. Today is Put a Ring on It, Season 2, episode. We on up there, y'all. Y'all see it in the description. So let's go ahead and start off with Darian and Kai. Y'all, I have to say, I feel like Kai handled herself well in this situation. What I also feel like was a good moment for Kai was, girl, you didn't need this man. You did not need this man. Nobody needed this man. So I don't really see it as an L, but I do like how Kai stood beside what she said and how she basically was like, nah, you want me to take one for the team? I ain't taking one for the team. Because he his apology and the way that he tried to say I'm moving on with Lex, in my opinion, was writing her off as like some side chick side situation, which is essentially what was going on. But you're on the show. You knew that was going to be going on. And on top of that, we also don't know what Darian was telling Kai when the cameras weren't around. I feel like there were moments where Darian would be upset and Darian would absolutely tell her, like, hey, just wait a couple weeks until the show ends. And, it's going to be me and you. I feel like he definitely could have been doing that. So for that reason, I feel like that's why Kai was so confident. That's why Kai was very much moving like I could have him if I wanted to, because she was getting that confirmation from Darian. So for her to expose everything, I'm here for it. Should have been done. For him to say, this situation isn't making things great between me and Lex. Kai is not the situation. You created the situation, okay? So she goes into deeper detail. For me, y'all, I was thinking that Kai and Darian had sex after the first date. I was definitely thinking it was after the first date because, the first date, they walked into the building holding hands, which I thought was a little bit odd. And then the second date, it was a group date, and he walked in with his arm around her shoulder like they were a whole ass couple, y'all. Keep in mind, whenever Alexia talked about the first time she met Darian, it was at a club or wherever she worked. And 5 to 10 minutes after meeting him, they was tugging each other down in the club. So Darian moves fast. So for them to say it was a fourth date, I don't know. Y'all believe it was a fourth date? I don't know. I feel like Kai had no reason to lie at that point in time. But for them to say the fourth date, I feel like, nah, y'all was definitely knocking boots after date 1, because something about y'all's closeness and attraction just seemed unreal in the way that you absolutely felt like you could have her man. To me, well, I say have her man. Y'all, I don't really give a fuck because Alexia, like, girl, you knew this man wasn't shit. Okay. It just took the process for you to have the cloak removed from your eyes. So yeah, it is what it is, right? So after the 4th day, they had sex at the condo where Alexia already had suspicions of things going on at the condo. Y'all, this fool Darian at the end of the episode had sense to say, I actually had pride, that I didn't have women in the condo. I actually would boast about it, that I didn't have women at the condo. Darian, you're a liar. You're a liar. The time that you do get caught up, finally, this is the only time you had women at the condo. Boy, bye. Then we even find out that he says to Kai, my condo is your condo. It sounds like some pre-branded shit. To me, it sounds like some stuff that you say all the time to the side pieces that you have at the condo. And I hate that it took for Alexia to get her heart broken and realize it, but your gut ain't gonna lie. And this is what Dr. Nicole was trying to tell you the whole time. Secretly, y'all, I feel like Dr. Nicole was happy. She was extremely happy, like we were. So what Darian also says to me, and like that was crazy to me, is he says, yeah, my night with Kai reminded me of how much of a great woman that Alexia is. It took for you to go poking your peen in thick ass Kai for you to remember how great of a woman Alexia is. Darian, you not shit for that. But Alexia, I wanted you to realize it sooner. I'm glad you realized it. And Kai, you didn't want that man. If you would have walked away with that man like you had a grand prize, I'm sure we would have been lighting your ass up on YouTube. I'm sure. So I feel like in this situation, everybody dodged the bullet, y'all. I feel like she handled it well. And she ends up saying, I wish you the best. I'm happy for you. I wish you and Alexia love, peace, and happiness. And she ends up leaving. I don't know if she was, part of me felt like she took that moment to watch Darian cry after watching her thick ass exit the room. Because she walked out, she adjusted them shorts like she always do. I'm happy for you. Like, bet. But look back at this ass because you ain't gonna get it no more. And that's definitely what I was getting. What's up, J-Dub? Here's the closure. That's exactly what we were getting from her. C. Graham says, I think Kai and Darian knew each other before the show. That's what I've been hearing a lot. I actually don't think that they knew each other before the show, just based on the simple fact that we know that Darian moves fast regardless. So I honestly don't even know. So we'll move on to the next couples and then we'll circle back around to Alexia and Darian. So let's go ahead and talk about Laronda and Derek, y'all. So Laronda's on her date with Derek, and y'all, I actually like the look of them together. I feel like Derek's outfit this time is much more, just younger feeling than the first time we seen him wearing that purple button down. The purple button down felt very uncle-ish, felt very, you go to the little lounge. It's a lounge in DeSoto that I was at yesterday, and it's definitely like an uncle and auntie lounge, and that's what Derek was looking like he was on his way to with that purple button down the first time we seen him. But whatever, y'all. So anyway, I think they look cute, right? They're having a conversation, and Laronda, I feel like this date kind of feels like a business meeting, kind of feels like whenever you're meeting up with your partners or whatever, your people who you do business with, and you're having dinner and you're doing small talk to get to know them only to close a deal. That's the vibe I was getting. Laronda says what she wants out of her marriage is someone who's focused on family, love, respect, and basically just growing those things. So what she says about Derek is that she really loves his maturity, which is a stark difference from Shawn. But part of me also feels like from what we saw, I feel like she likes the dynamic that she has with Shawn. It's toxic on both ends, y'all. Shawn is a man-child in the way that he handles some things, but Laronda is also so much of a boss that she don't want nobody telling her what to do. So I think the dynamic works for them. I definitely think that they can do some self-work separately and they will ultimately end up working. I feel like they're the perfect example of people who aren't necessarily meant to be together, but if they put in the work, they can make it work. I prefer for none of these couples to get married, but if they got married, I'd be like, whatever. If that's what y'all want, it's cool. And Brittany, you use the perfect word. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. Brittany says they are both codependent. She likes being needed, and Shawn needs her. Simply put, you explained it perfectly. So, I feel like they have that going on. So Derek also mentions to Laronda on his date, like, you get into the point in time where, you're going to have to apply the pressure. It's an ultimatum. Every guy goes into a relationship knowing that they're there for, a set amount of time before he has to make a decision. And Laronda says, well, you also don't want to apply pressure. And this is where I'm like, you can tell she ain't really feeling you too much. Because anytime the datees, the extra additional people who go on the dates with the main people, start talking or giving advice or overstepping boundaries that the main people on the show don't necessarily want to hear, they kind of press back. So I was like, Laronda really ain't trying to hear that. Y'all, and what we also know about Laronda and Shawn from the beginning of the show is that Shawn has always been open to marriage. He says that he wants to marry her, but he wanted a little bit more stability before he did that. So if he does propose to her at the end of this show, I want to know, like, what stability has come around? What's changed? Give me a second. I'm getting distracted because it's early in the morning and I'm hearing crickets. 1 second. Okay, I don't think I can do anything about that. But anyway, if they end up getting engaged at the end of this, I want to know what work has Shawn done to get to the pace of stability at which he wants to be at. Does it have to do with his journey as a comedian? Is he going to get another job? Is it stability as in emotional stability? Are you going to counseling? And definitely last episode, it seems like he's going to have to meet up with his dad. So anyway, they started joking about going to the courthouse, like, yeah, let's go ahead and get married right now. We both saying we want the same things, right? So they had a cute little date, but it was nothing but a business meeting. And then, the task for all the couples this week was for them to have a discussion about marriage. Laronda and Shawn had a discussion, really wasn't anything too deep. They both want a gang of children, which I think is funny because y'all keep talking about stability. Shawn is a comedian. Are y'all going to raise 4 to 7 kids on LaRonda's check? Now, that's no shade because he very well could become the next Kevin Hart. But my thing is, how are y'all planning for 4 to 7 children when you can't even propose to her one other person and, feel like you can confidently take care of an entire household? Y'all are definitely dreaming. But, do what you do. Anyway, I just thought it was funny that you said that, and that's definitely contradictory to the whole storyline that you've given us. So they talk about how they want, the wedding is going to be, how they want the wedding to be. They want a destination wedding. Do they want 13 people at the wedding? Do they want 20 people at the wedding, 13 groomsmen, little stuff like that doesn't really matter. But ultimately, y'all, from this conversation, I feel like Laronda and Shawn are moving forward in the process. They've done the exercises. I think they just need to do the self-work. So if this couple decides to stay together, cool. If you like it, I love it. If you like it, I love it. Okay, so best of luck to Laronda and Shawn. Now let's move on to Jessica and Eric. Okay, y'all. So this is I guess a guess or a suspicion that was brought up from Jay Lee. So if y'all haven't watched the last episode of the Ooh Ladies First panel that we do every Thursday night, we always review this show. So Jay Lee gave her suspicion that she thinks that Jessica is pregnant in current time. Reason being is because she has 2 different confessional looks with the same outfit, 2 different hairstyles. One is from the waist up, the other is from the breast up. So when she said that, I was like, you might be right. And it was right on time because this episode, they actually start talking about children. But what I really wanted to know, y'all, is we know that they both have existing children, but do they have kids together? That's what I was so confused about because Jessica has 2 kids of her own. I don't know how many kids Eric has, but it seems like they all have girls. They said things back and forth to where it was like, oh, you want another? So I was like, do y'all have kids together or y'all don't have kids together? Regardless of what it is, y'all, who knows? So their topic to talk about was marriage, okay? What we find out is that Eric missed Mother's Day. And Jessica said something along the lines of she wasn't with her kids on Mother's Day. So then I was like, okay, Nath and Crafts Boutique, the Ooh Ladies First from Thursday wasn't on my channel. Ooh Ladies First from last week was on Jamie That's Me channel. So if y'all want to watch the episode, go to Jamie's That's Me channel, and then we'll be on my channel next Thursday. This coming Thursday will be on my channel. So anyway, so we find out that Eric missed Mother's Day. I was like, what the fuck? So whenever I found that out, part of me was thinking like they must not have kids together, but you never know. That to me was extremely hurtful. Then Jessica goes into speaking about how she was adopted by her aunt and how like basically her non-existent relationship with her mother, she don't even know her mom, really affects her level of self-worth. Now, y'all, last episode, I was thinking that it was all Jessica. Okay, now I won't say all, but I will say I was thinking that it was like 70% Jessica and 30% Eric. And it was because in my mind, Eric was asking all these questions because I was thinking that Jessica was just trying to secure a lifestyle, which she definitely could be trying to secure a lifestyle. But based on the way that she's saying that she was raised and the things that she had to deal with when she was growing up, her being a single mother of 2, girl, you probably should date for a lifestyle. So that's why I was thinking it was just, delusion. Like, why is everybody acting like Eric can't be asking all these questions? Like he should, because she's talking to dudes on Twitter. She's trying to secure a bag. She's trying to date the next NFL player. But him missing Mother's Day, I also see what's going on. And this to me is more reason why y'all should not be married or engaged. I feel like Eric doesn't take the relationship seriously. I definitely feel like this is one of those relationships where y'all were in a situationship, like you said, when you were in an NFL. Jessica stuck by your side. Is one of those things that just has gone on with time. So y'all are at the point in time to where y'all are like, we probably should just get married. Or Jessica's like, it's been 3 years. You might as well put a ring on it. But that's not what you want to do. You don't want to be in the place to where you like might as well. So I don't really feel like Eric takes Jessica seriously. So honestly, both of y'all should just separate at this point in time. But if she is pregnant by Eric, like a lot of people were speculating, like Jay Lee told us her guest, you know, I wish the best for y'all, but I don't think that's what y'all should do. So anyway, he keeps saying he wants another baby. Jessica feels like she's already a baby mama, so I'm not trying to, be another baby mama. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Jessica goes on a date with Shawn. Shawn walks in with that damn hat. Shawn, throw the hat away. The more I seen him again, I can't. You got to stop. I cannot with y'all in these comments. So anyway, they go on a date, y'all. Shawn is wearing that hat. Shawn is so MF and corny. He is not Jessica's type at all. They go to a place called I Fly. Really, the only thing that I have to say about this was that he was trying to put the moves on her. He was like, yeah, kiss, yeah, my lips are real soft. My lips are very, very soft. Boy, this ain't it. Jessica, this ain't what you want. I think she was trying to be patient with the date before this one, only because Eric's dates were going so well. But girl, I don't like Shawn. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So he's not going to make it to another day. I can tell you that already. So now, y'all, we can actually talk about Alexia and Dr. Nicole. Woo! Damn, like the thumbnail says, y'all. Where we at? Damn, like the thumbnail says, y'all. And before we get into the bulk of this episode, y'all go ahead and please like the video up. Please go ahead and like the video up. Y'all see that empty chair right there? Damn, that's what the other couples was looking like. Woo. Okay. How are we looking on likes, y'all? I'm giving y'all a hot second. We got 74 people in the chat before we go ahead and move on into the bulk of the episode. And I hope that y'all appreciate me waking up at the crack of dawn to talk to y'all about this, y'all. Like I said at the beginning of the video, your girl's about to get on the road and be on her way to good old Oklahoma. I'm going to the annual Black Rodeo and I'm about to visit some family. So I decided to come on and give y'all this review on a good Saturday morning rather than wait until my Sunday brunch squad. Okay. So Sunday we'll still have Love and Marriage Huntsville, but I had to get this video out to y'all because this shit could not sit. I wasn't going to let it go stale. Okay. So let's go ahead and move on, okay? Let's hope that y'all did y'all's job. Let's hope that y'all just said thank you with a little bit of like, okay? I hope y'all did, okay? So, y'all funny. Oh, Brittany's in Oklahoma. Okay, girl. And then Saki says, be careful going outside. The crickets are flying. Yes, that's why I stopped the video earlier because I couldn't even hear myself talk to y'all without hearing crickets right by my window. So I really hope it's not distracting y'all. But this is also why I don't do my reviews at the crack of dawn, just because the crickets are so loud. So it sounds like they pipe down a little bit, but yeah, I got a nice little drive. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about Alexia meeting up with Dr. Nicole. So when we see Alexia in her confessional, you can hear the tears in her voice. And I was immediately just like, damn. As bad as I didn't want you to be with this man, as much of a clown as I said you were, girl, I don't want to see you hurt. What I have been wanting is better for you. And that's not with Darian. And I'm glad that you got to the point in which you had to get to. But so Sorry, I was just reading this comment about the rodeo. Y'all killing me. So it's actually more people who knows about it, okay? More people who knows about it. Oops, you're getting married. You know, do be some fine black men at the rodeo, okay? I can still acknowledge a fine black man. Anyway, I hate that Alexia had to get her heart broken for her to realize that this ain't what she really needed. But y'all, Alexia was so much of a fool for this man, a fool in love, that she was tricking herself to believe things that weren't necessarily there. Or, like Dr. Nicole says, you say things that dishonor yourself so you can believe what he says. And that's what she was doing. So it was going to have to take something like this for her to move on. Now, y'all, I don't want to get too hyped up about this moment because I want to believe that she didn't get back with him. I feel like just the way that they handled the whole situation, they are so used to being on this treadmill, like Dr. Nicole said, that when Alexia wiped his tears, I think part of her wanted to use it as a moment to have the upper hand. I feel like she could be using it for that. Now, I'm not saying that she's consciously thinking, let me manipulate him into feeling bad for me and using this as an upper hand moment. But I think she's also thinking like, I'm not leaving this man. I think she's also thinking that. So this is one of those moments where, you know, you're trying to teach him his lesson. You're trying to whip him back into shape. And eventually, once he works on himself and you work on yourself, then y'all will probably get back together. And the reason why I think they may get back together is because as of current times, it seems like Alexia really has all the smoke for Kai. She's not talking bad about Darian online. The reason why she's saying that she's talking bad about Kai is because Kai and her sister allegedly have been harassing Alexia on Instagram. But my thing is like, even in the interviews, y'all, she has smoke for Kai that she don't have for Darian, which is why I feel like she gonna stick by his side eventually. She gonna stick by her side, okay? She just ain't gonna let us see it. But all the things that she said this episode is what I have been wanting to hear her say, and I hope we lead this man, okay? So you can hear the tears in her voice, y'all. And basically she's sitting there saying to Dr. Nicole that there's things that she didn't see in this process that kept sweeping under the rug, and maybe it's things that she didn't see by choice. And Dr. Nicole, that's when she makes her statement about you say things that dishonor yourself. And I was like, damn, that hit. And she says, but I love him and I'm questioning what's real and what hasn't been real because we've been on a high for 15 days. 15 days, you've been on a high. And that's what should tell you how toxic your relationship is. You've been on a high because he stopped fucking with the side chick, okay? He didn't do anything differently. He didn't commit to anything, or he didn't show you any actions that were different. He told you he would sell the condo, which definitely still doesn't erase the cheating, which now you know, because you end up saying in the sit down that it could have happened anywhere. It didn't have to happen at the condo. Oh, now you see. I can see clearly now. That's what she was getting. She can see clearly now. It's like, girl, but before he actually had sex with Kai in the condo, you know that he could have been having sex anywhere. Yes, Julia, 15 days out of 14 years. We were on a high for 15 days. Do better. Do better. Same thing. 15 days versus 14 years of misery. Do better. Do better. So, yeah, she ends up saying to Dr. Nicole all the things that we've been saying in our reviews, all the things that we knew. And like I told y'all, every single review, I feel like Alexia is truly a smart girl. She's super smart. So smart that she's manipulating herself and into believing things that she wants to believe for the sake of sticking with Darian. She said to Dr. Nicole, you know, he wants to talk about having a family, but he already has families. Say it again. But you knew that when he had 3 outside babies. So what made you stick by his side? What made him having sex with another woman finally talk about the fact that he has families outside of you? And now you're noticing all the things that we have been talking about. This is why I feel like this is nothing but a moment in time. I hope that this is a prolonged moment, but this is what tells me it's a moment, because it took for him to have sex with someone for you to notice that, which is why Dr. Nicole says when they get together and sit down, I hope you know that this isn't just about you having sex with someone, because it's very much about the entire big story. And if you minimize it to it being about him having sex with Kai, you're gonna take that man back if that's what you think that it's about. So they meet up with Dr. Nicole. Both of them are dressed for a damn funeral. And Darian, this dude is so wild. He said to Dr. like the things that come out of his mind, out of his mouth, y'all. It's like, did you really just say that out loud? Which is why I feel like Darian isn't as unlikable as like a Chris from Married at First Sight. Darian doesn't see anything wrong with the way that he's moving. Darian has gotten to know Alexia so well over these 14 years that he knows exactly how to bullshit his way through these situations. But he doesn't necessarily see it as bullshit. And I feel like Darian is also a little bit more likable because Alexia is the one who's smart enough to leave the situation, but she won't leave. So he says to Dr. Nicole, I was gonna tell her eventually, but I needed to get her on my side. I had to do some things to get her on my side before telling her. When he said that, I was like, he really said that out loud. So you wanted to put yourself in a better situation. You wanted to cushion the situation, sell the condo, do X, Y, Z before you told her. You weren't gonna tell her. You weren't gonna tell her until Kai came down here and exposed your ass. You weren't gonna meet up with Kai until the producer said, we know y'all had sex and we need y'all on TV to talk about it. You were not gonna do that. So for him to have the audacity to say, yeah, I wanted to sell the condo and do all this, I'm like, girl, that man is manipulative. Alexia, you're smart. You want to get played like a fucking chess piece. So I'm gonna need you to do something different, okay? But yeah, he also mentioned I was actually proud about never having a woman in the condo. So you gonna lie to our face like that? You gonna lie to our face like that and make it seem like Kai was the first woman that you had in a condo? Okay. There's plenty of women that you could have met that would have been an easier smash than Kai. And you gonna tell us that Kai is the first woman you had in the condo? Mi casa es su casa. My condo is your condo. Boy, bye. Bye. Okay. But at this point in time, we're not even gonna call him out on his lies because all we want Alexia to do is leave, right? So Alexia says in this moment, she really just has to worry about herself. And he says, well, while she's worried about herself, I really want to be involved. What I wanted to hear, y'all, that we never heard was that we're done. I'm done. This is a breakup. We are no longer together. Neither of those words, sentences, similar phrases came out of their mouth. Alexia is still holding on because she said, I need to worry about myself. What does that mean? You taking a break? And Darian is probably going to help you get back to it. Then he apologizes. He leans over to Alexia and says, I'm lonely. I'm ready to come home. I'm lonely. It's cold out here in these streets. I'm ready to come home. Y'all, please get this nigga. Please get him. Please get this nigga. I can't, okay? Okay, somebody get him. So the other thing he says is, I never lose. I never lose. So this is a fucking game to you, Darian. You never lose. This is what this is about. You do whatever you can to manipulate her mind so that way you can stay winning. She doesn't see it. So anyway, Alexia says, J-Dub, I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. It's well deserved. It's cold out here. I'm lonely. I'm ready to come home. I'm ready to come home. I never lose. Girl. But y'all want to know why else I'm going to keep this clown face up here? Because Alexia wiped his tears. That's why, y'all, that's why else I'm going to keep the clown face up here, y'all. I really did not want to have to use this clown face in regards to Alexia this episode. Because I was happy that she at least made the initiative that she left, y'all. But y'all, when I started out this review, I started saying, you know what, I'm proud of Alexia. The more I started breaking it down, looking at my notes, this is a moment in time. You wiped that man's tears. You let his hands that was all up on thick ass Kai touch your hands. Now, y'all, don't take this the wrong way. There are plenty of people who get into relationships. People cheat every day. People get back together. And if you want to stick by a side, that's on you. I ain't judging nobody who decides to do that. But in this situation, with what we have seen, y'all some damn fools. And because we have to give our reviews on these shows, because I review TV shows, it would be the nice thing for me to be like, girl, you know, just work on yourself, you know, take him back if he puts in the work. But based on my opinion, y'all some damn fools if y'all continue to be on this ride, which is why Dr. Nicole ended up saying, you know, this ain't just about him sleeping with Kai. This is about much more than that. So we'll see. We never heard those good words. We're done. It's a breakup. I'm over you. I'm moving on. We never heard those words, which is why I feel like this is a moment in time. And like I told y'all, if y'all go check out what Alexia is doing on Instagram, she has a lot to say about Kai. She's still beefing with Kai, but not saying very much about Darian. So, yeah. All right, y'all, we will move on to the final scene. So all the couples meet and Alexia shows up and she got that empty chair standing right next to her. Damn. Y'all know whose face be killing me during these meetings? The faces that kill me the most during these meetings is Eric and Shawn. Their faces, even Jessica. The way you could tell Jessica, Eric, they get in the car and they be like, bro, did you hear that fool Darian? Yeah, damn fool. You know, they probably be talking about the other couples. So when I seen Eric's face and Jessica, they said, ooh, yeah, that was a shame. So anyway, Alexia had the opportunity to explain to all the couples what was going on. You can hear the tears in her voice again. I can tell she's been crying. I'm not rejoicing in the fact that she's sad. I'm rejoicing in the fact that she can see what she needs to see. But I'm also doubting that she's going to move on. Okay? Karen Conversations, girl, bye. She said, is Darian coming? Karen Huger voice from Real Housewives of Potomac. So she says to the other couples, and y'all, just the way that she started out telling this story also shows me that she's a little bit delusional as well. Okay? She starts out telling the story. So Darian he went to go meet up with Kai to tell her that he was choosing me. He met up with Kai because production asked him to meet up with Kai. So production could have Kai exposed to everyone that they had sex. He didn't meet up with Kai to tell her shit about you. That's why he ghosted her for 10 days. But you still want to live in this fantasy world. You still want to manipulate your own brain into believing what Darian is telling you, even after the fact, even after you can see that some of the things that he's telling you is not true. So the way she started out telling this story told me that this is fleet. This is a moment in time. Yeah, so he met up with Kai to tell her that he was choosing me. And that's when she decided to say, well, you didn't say that when we were having sex. And everybody's mouth dropped. But you can also tell nobody was surprised. So anyway, Alexia tells everyone, this actually happened in the condo. So she was right about the condo. But that's also part of the reason why I'm even more discouraged, because it's not just about the condo and you still making it about the condo. It's not just about Kai. You still making it about Kai. It should have been about much more than that. It should have been about the things that you stood for over the 14 years that you shouldn't have stood for. It should have been about him having 3 outside babies while y'all were together and you stood by his side. It should have been about you feeling like you had to quit your dream career of basketball to chase a man and ultimately still not end up with a ring. It should have been about so many other things. But the sit down, you decided to minimize to Kai in the condo. It was only probably 24 hours after, but you still got a lot of work to do. You got a lot of work to do. And I hope that it's not going to, gosh, I don't think it's going to get done. I hope it does get done, but I don't think it's going to get done. So anyway, y'all, Jessica and Eric, Alexia ends up leaving. Well, before I talk about Jessica and Eric, Alexia ends up leaving. Nobody gets up to hug her, which I thought was a little bit weird. Everybody kind of just leaves her there. And then she gets up, she hugs Dr. Nicole, and she leaves. So I feel like this is going to be the end of Alexia and Darian. But it looks like she's on previews for next week. This comment from Miss B, she says, I think if he cheated like normal and it wasn't on TV, she would have looked the other way. Facts. So anyway, now the other couple start talking after Alexia leaves. Jessica starts putting Eric on blast for not doing anything for her for Mother's Day. And she ends up saying, like, he can't even respect me as a mother now, so why would I go have another baby for him? Facts. Why would you? So it's very funny how the longer we watch these episodes, we start to learn more about one person in the relationship than the other. So yeah, real interesting. Real interesting. This was a great episode. Lots of clownery. It was a great episode, y'all. So yeah, I'm about to hit the road, Jack. I got a 3.5 hour drive, y'all. So I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. Be sure to like it up, comment, subscribe. I'll see y'all tomorrow in the morning for Love and Marriage Huntsville. And like I said, subscribe, y'all. We on the way to 10,000 subscribers. I hope y'all have an amazing day.